Yes, I agree. I
Okay,
agree.
Allah
I
believe in
totally
what?
agree with you. Well, I must see the tafsir for that.
Again. So we have to see the tafsir. So the Quran, isn't it the Quran says that this is a book, we make it in clear details?
But it also says that Quran is the tafsir of Quran and Muhammad will tafsir it. I mean, the Muhammad will explain it.
What
That's
what is that? Can you show me the verse that says what?
I don't know. It does not explicitly says that, but it means it. I mean, I don't remember the
Show me what
exact
it
word.
means, my friend. There's no such a thing. The Quran says that this is a book which made its ayah or verses clear. So if he make it clear, then why we need
Also, the
tafsir?
mutashabih.
If no one can explain the Quran except Allah, then what is the purpose of sending the Quran? Make no sense if Allah the only one to explain the Quran, and Allah not capable to entering his creation to explain the Quran. Then what we will do with the Quran now, Muslims?
We have the verse of mutashabiyat, that some verses we won't understand.
Wonderful.
Right?
So the Quran says there is verses in the Quran, nobody can explain them save Allah.
Yeah.
Well, that is other problem in Islam. Why? Because if this is the case, then this is a contradiction. For if Allah, he make it so clear in details, and then in other verses contradicting himself and says, there's tons of them, you do not know what they mean, save me. So he did not explain anything in details.
And if you look into explicitly, this is a contradiction. I do agree with you.
No,
but,
this is not looking at it this way, because there's no other way. If I say, you mentioned that you did read my book, correct?
Can you repeat that?
You mentioned that you did read my book, one of my book, Deception of Allah, correct?
Yes.
All right. If I am claiming to be God and I said my book is so clear, even I wrote it in the best language in the world, and nobody speak Arabic better than me, and then you say to me that you know what? When I did read your book, I could not understand the word, and 50% of it is horrible. We need interpretation for it. So when Allah, he claimed that this is a Quran, لَيْسَ فِيهِ عَوَجٌ, he said this is in a clear Arabic, has no crock in it. He lied. Do we agree?
Okay, so this is a contradiction. I do agree with you that this is a contradiction, but there is a scholarly explanation for that, and I'm sure for that.
No, my friend, read with me carefully. As an example, chapter 39, verse number 28. An Arabic Quran without any crookedness, in order that they may avoid all evil. So he made the Quran so clear. So why? They will not have crookedness in their understanding. The purpose is not the language. The purpose is your understanding. Do we agree?
Yes.
Okay. If we go to different verses in the Quran, you will find that the Quran is saying that Allah, he never sent a messenger except in the tongue of his people so they might understand. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you just said to me that he sent it in a tongue nobody understand.
You mean you're talking about the mutashabihat verse?
Well, all the Quran is some of the mutashabihat. Name for me one is not a mutashabihat, all of it. Name for me one Muslim scholar agree with the other scholar about the interpretation of the Quran. All of them, to cover their bum, they say Allah knows best what he meant by this verse.
It's almost none.
Huh?
Almost none agree with each other. I mean, this is a big problem. I also face this problem with this.
So the Quran is not a clear book, and Allah, he have a failure. You know, if we read the verse in front of us, chapter 14, verse 4, and we send not a messenger except with the language of his people in order to make the message clear to them. That makes sense, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so how Muhammad is an international messenger of the religion of Islam to everybody? How he is a messenger for somebody live in Pakistan?
Okay, so it was also my question to a scholar. So he answered me like the Quran is being translated, so it is like.
Thank you very much. So the Quran is a book of lies because Allah could not keep his promise. We have to use a human being to translate because Allah, he failed. Because you just said to me, we translate the Quran and that solved the problem.
This guy agrees that the Quran has contradictions. But there is other problems. Not only it have contradictions, but more than 50% of the Quran nobody can explain, and the one to explain it, he is mute.
But Allah, He said, we never ever send a messenger except from the people. He have to be from Pakistan, speaking the tongue of Pakistan, to be sent to Pakistan. It cannot be a translation.
Okay, but doesn't the Quran also says that there were prophets sent to the civilizations, like when there were human civilization in the past Pakistan before Muhammad,
My
there was some
friend,
kind
the
of
example, the Quran, the Muslim, they say that Jesus, he said, the Quran says, he says to the people of Israel, correct?
yes.
Okay, but what is the name of the Bible in the Quran?
The Kitab. No,
No,
sorry.
Kitab
Injil.
is Ahlul Kitab, people of the book.
Injil,
But
Injil.
Injil is the Greek word, which is the name of the Greek Bible. So if Jesus was sent to the Israeli, why his book is in a Greek? And remember, Allah, He never sent a messenger except in the tongue of His people, so they might understand. Correct?
Yeah, so the Arabs at that time didn't say it Injil.
Doesn't matter, you are Allah. You don't say what I say.
No. I'm
Listen,
saying that the people of
listen. Okay,
Muhammad, they,
so the Bible written, there's written in many languages. So disciples, they went to different territory in the earth. So those who went to the Greek people, they wrote to them in Greek. So this is the original Greek Bible, no problem. But Allah, now He's talking about Jesus.
okay.
Allah, He sent Jesus a book written in a Greek.
Why does it says Greek?
What?
It says the Injil. It says the Injil, right?
Exactly. Okay. When you say Injil, is the word exist before the language exists? No. This is a Greek word language. So the Quran, all of it never mentioned the gospel of Jesus except by the word Injil, Injil, Injil. Look at this. So Al Injil, Al Injil, Al Injil. It's all over. So if Allah, He never sent a messenger except in the tongue of His people.
But the Nasara at that time, or you can say the Christians that existed that time, understood it as the Bible, right? If
My
I'm not
friend,
wrong.
we don't have different. Yeah, this is Injil. Until now, we as a Christian, even Arab Christian, we use the word Injil. This is a correct word. We are not saying this is a wrong word. No, we are saying that this is a stupid statement from Allah. If Jesus was sent only to the Jews, because this is what the Muslims say. They say every prophet was sent only to his nation, except Muhammad was sent to all mankind. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, but when Allah, He said we never send a messenger except in the tongue of His people, He sent it to who? He sent it to Muhammad, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so He was confirming that Muhammad is one of them. So they might what? So they might understand. So look what happened. Allah, He sent the Quran in Arabic to the Arab, and Muhammad was an Arab, yet the Arab could not understand the Arab of Allah, the Arabic of Allah. Imagine I have to rewrite my book many times so I can write it better. Do you think God, He can correct His book?